In this video, we're going to show you the automatic export of timesheets from the Paytaker system into your QuickBooks Online company. So, as with all the QuickBooks Online integrations, you're going to want to make sure that you have the QuickBooks integration set up for your company. If you haven't done that yet, we'll add a link in the description to the video for setting up that initial integration. But with this company here, we see that the QuickBooks Online integration is now active. So it's been set up, and what we want to do is check off this automatically export task to QBO when employees punch out of Paytaker. So we turn that on, and then we have this configuration option here where we can choose whether we want to export the task descriptions as a service item or as a description. So if we choose a service item, then the timer activity is going to be categorized under the service item based on the description that the employee enters when they punch into the system. If we choose description/note, then the note field in the timer activity in QuickBooks Online is going to be filled with the description the employee enters when they punch in Paytaker. So that's up to you how you want to configure it. But a note, if you do choose service item, then if a task description does not exist as a service item in your company, the service item on that task will be set to none. So if an employee, for example, makes a typo when they're punching in and enters a description that isn't a service item in your company, we don't want to start automatically creating new service items in your company. So we're just going to set the service item to none. Generally, if you're not using the service items to categorize timer activities by different services, then we recommend that you choose this description or note because that's a lot safer. If the employee makes a typo or something like that, it'll just show up in the note field and you can go in and edit it in the QuickBooks Online interface later on. One other note, if an employee of the same name does not exist in your QuickBooks Online company, no logs will be exported for that employee. So the way that Paytaker determines which employee to send the timer activities to in QuickBooks Online is by checking the employee name and finding an employee of the same name in the QuickBooks Online company. So if no employee with that name exists, then Paytaker is not going to know where to send the timer activity, so it's not going to export any timer activities for that employee. So after we've turned this configuration on, we'll save the changes here, and now it's saved. And I should mention that I'm currently punched in as the Brad Rougeau user in this system. And so we're going to look at the timer activities for that Brad Rougeau user in QuickBooks Online. Right now we have no timer activities. So let's punch in the system and give it a description of QBO auto export so that we know that it's this timer activity that's being exported. So we punch in, and now we're logged in. And let's just punch out right away here as well. So now that timer activity should have exported to our QuickBooks Online company. So let's go over here and refresh this. And we see this timer activity shows up here with the description that we entered when we punched in on the Paytaker side. The duration is 0 hours and 0 minutes because you guys saw how quickly I punched in, punched back out again. But the timer activity all shows up here, and then you can even edit it from within the QuickBooks Online interface after it's been exported automatically.